Now we will be learning sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the process of reproduction which involves two parents or two different individuals, or the gametes formed, but these gametes are of two types formed by either two parents or the two type of gametes on single parent. But the process involves two type of gametes, the male gamete and the female gamete. The gametes may be formed by two different parents or by a single parent. What happens in sexual reproduction is these two gametes, they fuse, then they fertilize, then they give rise to zygote. This zygote is fertilized into embryo, leading the process of embryogenesis and thus producing the offspring. Now, can you understand the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction? Yes, the major difference is that offsprings by sexual reproductions are not identical to the parents. And these are not identical to the parents. The process of sexual reproduction is common amongst the various organisms present around. The physiological process may change as the complexity of the organism, the body structure may change, but the formation of two type of gametes, their fusion is seen amongst every organism which is undergoing sexual reproduction. Now, to understand it further, we will be knowing certain terms which are gametes, zygote, embryo. Gametes are nothing but, in case of males it may be called as sperm, in case of females it may be called as egg. Zygote, the fusion of male plus female gamete give rise to zygote. Zygote is nothing but a single celled structure which is common or universal among any organism reproducing sexually. This zygote further leads to formation of embryo, and this embryo gives rise to a new offspring. Now, as you are clear with these three terms, because these three terms will be used a lot in what we will be learning. Now, let us understand the different phases involved in sexual reproduction. Okay, these phases are the growth phase, then there is reproductive phase, and this reproductive phase is followed by senescent phase. In case of animals, this growth phase is also known as juvenile phase. Juvenile phase. In case of plants, this is known as vegetative phase. After the growth, offspring is born, it grows, it matures. Before this reproductive phase, the growth phase leads to maturity, means there are a number of physiological changes which can be observed in case of plants or in case of animals, which prepares them for the reproduction, which prepares them to reproduce offspring. after this growth phase, there comes the reproductive phase. This reproductive phase is marked by active involvement in the process of reproduction, and after this phase there comes senescent phase, which means, as we can observe amongst each other only, that we are born, we grow, we attain puberty, and then we die. So this senescent phase marks the death of the plant or the animal.